everybody, welcome back to my channel. In today's video we are doing a brand anti-haul slash boycott because some of them I'm just boycotting because I've been jaded by them. This is not necessarily this is not like ethical based or cruelty free based or shade range based or anything like that. This is just brands that I have spent my money on and then I hated the product or it let me down. So I'm just trying to save my own coin, you know, and then I do have some brands that I'm just not interested in general. But yeah, I'm just putting it out there so that you guys kind of know, like, I'm not here for them, you know? Okay, so let me start with Charlotte Tilbury. Price range, you know, for the price it is, I'm not here for it. I don't want to buy it. I'm not interested. I've tried a few things from her. You know, back in the day when Pillow Talk lipstick first came out, I tried that, didn't like the formula. I've tried those like cheek stick, the contour one, I didn't like that. The Flawless Filter, I still have that, but it broke up and got disgusting. On my wedding day, I had to take my makeup off and redo it. Thank God I noticed. So that, you can't come back from that. Like, you played me on my wedding day. I'm sorry, Charlotte. Like, I can't, and we're done. We're done. Goodbye. Next up, these are kind of all in the same like boat. Urban Decay Tarte Smashbox. I've never really been into them. I never had that, you know, I didn't start buying Urban Decay or anything back in the day when like the Nakeds first came out. I didn't have the Naked palette. I didn't get the Tartelets. I have no connection to any of these brands. So for me, I'm okay with just saying goodbye. I'm trying to think of what I have from Tarte, if anything. The Tarte Found Sealer I like, and the Urban Decay, the eyeliners I like, but other than that, there's really nothing from the brands that I feel any strong need to purchase. So I'm okay with anti-hauling them as a whole. Whatever they release, it's not really for me. Anastasia Beverly Hills, I am boycotting due to the fact that I do not like their eyeshadow formula at all. So that cuts out a lot of the brand, and it's just, their vibe isn't for me, and they've been a little bit wild in the last couple of years with their releases, so it's not for me. I love my Carly Bible palette, the top row only, and I do have some bronzers and blushes, but I put those up at TJ Maxx. But you know, their foundation, their lipsticks, the glow kits didn't do it for me, so you know, I'm gonna save my own money and not purchase from ABH anymore. Next up, this is more smaller owned. We've got Midas Cosmetics or Coladas Makeup. I owned all of their products last summer. I got really sucked into the hype, and you know, I'm not blaming anybody here, but there was a point where this was brought up actually by a fellow YouTuber. Her name is Tara Brooke. I'll link her below. Her content is great, but she said how so many small influencers all of a sudden got PR from Coladas Makeup, and then everyone was talking about it. And I was like, that's what happened to me, because I bought everything because I wanted to be included too. I will say, of their original palettes, the original 5, their eyeshadow formula was beautiful. Their shimmers were great, and the mattes worked really well. I personally never used them in my collection. They just sat there being unused, so I decided to sell them because I was not using them. I had them for like a year, and I might have used 2 of them once. So I was like, you know, this wasn't for me. The packaging was pretty, but it made me not use it. It just wasn't for me. Sometimes I go back and forth on why I decluttered some of them, but you know, I don't regret it enough to want to buy them again. They weren't for me. They weren't for me. And then the highlighters also were not for me. And the eyeshadow brushes are meh. Their highlighting brush I liked, but that's it. They just really filled the mark. Like, all of the YouTubers that I watched all of a sudden had all their products, and I was like, oh, me too. So yeah. Next we have Marc Jacobs. Again, really hit and miss for me for that price range. I love the Accomplice Concealer. I picked that up on a whim. I have the Stiletto palette, and I've got the liquid highlighters, but other than that, I don't really love his eyeshadow formula. It's not bad, but I'm not obsessed with it. And the bronzers I hated. So I don't need that. I've got their lip liner. I actually like that, but I don't feel the need to repurchase a lip liner that's more than $5. And their lip glosses were good, but again, I don't go through lip products, and my favorite lip gloss of all time is the Kylie Cosmetics My Moon, My Stars. So that's the only lip gloss I need. Next we have Natasha Denona. Please don't get mad at me. I have tried 3 face palettes and 5 eyeshadow palettes from Natasha Denona, and I did not like them. I'm sorry. Her formula is not for me. However, I'm so happy for you guys if you like them. Like, that's the biggest thing. They're so expensive. For $65 and $125 or $220 for an eyeshadow palette, you better love it. So I really didn't like them, and the only things I like from her is her Face Glow foundation and her All Over Glow highlighter. The All Over Face Glow highlighter. That's it. I wore that on my wedding day. But that's it. It's so expensive. It's just not for me. I don't even look twice at the brand anymore. Next we've got Fenty Beauty and Huda Beauty. I'm gonna put these together because I feel like they're that same price bracket. I really have no rhyme or reason to this list. I'm just following it as I made it. Fenty Beauty, I had a love affair with them last summer. I purchased half the brand. I went from none of their highlighters to like 6, and the bronzers and that hydrating foundation, which was awful. They're not that great. The only thing that I like is the Sandcastle highlighter. Yep, that's all I like. Huda Beauty, I have tried less from her, mainly eyeshadow. I love the Huda Beauty Nude palette. It's not my favorite, but every time I've went back to use that palette, I've loved the look that I've created, and it's been a sturdy palette. No, like, it's consistent. That palette's been great, but I don't have a need for any more of her products. You know, her face products I hear are really fragrance. That's just not for me. I have no interest in trying them. I tried her original Rose Gold palette. I didn't like it. The Mercury Retrograde palette does seem beautiful, and a lot of people that I follow use that still, but it's just not for me. Next I have Hourglass. No. I'm done. I'm done with Hourglass. I tried their blushes, their bronzers, their $80 face palettes, that $60 blush palette. No. I don't like the formula. It's not enough blush for me. It's not enough bronzer for me. It's too thin, and just, I don't like it. And I'm not buying from them anymore, and they just went to Ulta, and I'm just, nope, not me. You're not getting me again. I am done. Also, I will add this one to this one. Your shade range, Hourglass. What are you doing? I have the original Sheer Illume Trio, and it's great. They dropped the ball on not releasing multiple shades, because I think they told someone they were. So we're done. Goodbye. Another one, please don't hate me, Pat McGrath. I know. I've tried 2 eyeshadow palettes. I did one Mothership, the Mothership 1, and then the Platinum Bronze Mini palette, the 6-pan, and I've tried the Matte Trance lipsticks. I think I've tried like 6 of them. I hated her matte formula. I hate her mattes. And the special shades are not that special in my opinion. I had an exact dupe for the blue purple in the Mothership 1 with Nabla Cosmetics Alchemy. It was exactly the same. So I ended up, I bought that on Poshmark, thank God, and I've sold that on Poshmark. But no, it's not for me. Not for me. I'm not gonna buy it. And I'm glad, because those quads from this year for holiday, the Interstellar Icon quad and the other ones, they got me. I added them to my cart on her website too, added a coupon code, and I was like, no, never again. I've got some Cleona shadows. I'm fine. Next, we've talked about it before. Let's just touch gently. This is Colourpop. I'm done. I'm done with Colourpop. Yes, I'm using their Pretty Fresh foundation or tinted moisturizer and their brow gel, and I love their felt tip eyeliners. That's the only thing I would ever think to repurchase, is the red felt tipped eyeliner and the brown felt tip eyeliner. That's really it. I'm done. I'm just done. Next we have Becca. I also had a love affair with Becca a couple years ago. I purchased all their blushes and all their highlighters and all their palettes they were coming out with, their face palettes. I don't even like the formula that much anymore. So I've got like 4 highlighters left from Becca. I'm done. We're never going back. We are never going back to Becca. I'm sorry. I can't spend my money there anymore. They got money from me. They're done. Next, I feel like these brands feel similar to me in the style of their packaging. This is the Balm and Benefit. Same thing for both. I've tried the blushes and bronzers from them, and it's just, they're not for me. I'm done. I've bought 3 Cheekathon palettes and sold them all. I don't like Huda. I don't like their blush formula. And then for the balm, their powders are okay. I've got a few that I still have, but nothing blew me out of the water. I wish I didn't spend the money that I spent on them. Next up, NARS. I don't purchase from NARS. First of all, their palettes are so expensive. They almost got me this year with the Orgasm X collection, those little quads that were like $60. Yes, I spend $88 on Tom Ford quads, but you know what? At least I know the formula is going to be consistent, whereas NARS is so hit and miss. You know, I don't like the blush. The blushes aren't for me. The bronzers, they're lit. I'm not here for it. I love their soft matte concealer. And that is the only product I own from NARS. And I have that loose highlighter that I'm going to get rid of because I don't like it at all. I wish I did not buy it. Waste of $8 at TJ Maxx, I tell you. Next, we have Morphe. I'm done with Morphe. I'll get to the second part of it later, but like I don't need brushes from them. I've got some eye brushes from them that I do enjoy, but I don't need anymore. I'm good. Their powder cosmetics, I will not buy. Their eyeshadow palettes, I will not buy anymore. They're not good I've been let down too many times. So then their bronzers and blushes also don't intrigue me. The only products that I will continue to purchase is their Continuous Setting Mist and the Hint Hint Skin Tint Foundation. And if they come out with a concealer for the Hint Hint Skin Tint line, I would gladly try that, but that's like Morphe 2. But I have no interest in trying and buying anything else from the brand. We're done. I'm done. That's it. And I won't purchase from their website. It would be from Ulta. Next, we've got Midas Cosmetics. I purchased a face palette from them. It was really lackluster. I don't want to purchase from them anymore. I'm done. I got caught up in the hype. Again, I feel like it was the same thing with Coladas, where so many smaller influencers got PR. And, you know, even though they're not being paid, they still got free product. Yes, they might love it, genuinely. I don't know. But I don't want to get caught up in the hype again. Okay, last for brands that I've tried from, and this is Juvia's Place. I know, please don't hate me. I love their concealer. Please don't get me wrong. Juvia's Place concealer, I wore it on my wedding day. I love their concealer so much, I buy it from Ulta. Please make a shade for me so I don't have to keep mixing. But their eyeshadow palettes, I think in 2018, I owned every single one of their eyeshadow palettes, and I'm telling you right now, I did not use them at all. I did not use them. So I sold them all. There was no reason. I depotted some like a fool. If I could go back, I would have kept the Deuce palette because that was really pretty, but I can't purchase from that brand anymore. I just don't use the products, so it's not worth it to me. I'm tempted by that little taupe 6-pan palette, but I'm like, no, you're not going to use it. You literally didn't use their palettes before. Well, what's going to make you use them now? Probably nothing. So yeah, I'll still buy their concealer from Ulta though. I'll tell you that right now. And I even used to purchase straight from Juvia's Place website, and I never had an issue with their shipping or their customer service. I had only good experiences. I just didn't use their products, which was really crappy. Next up are some brands that I just don't really want to get into, like trying. So Kendo Vegan Beauty. Packaging really doesn't get me. It's not really my aesthetic. Maybe if they do a full rebrand, but I don't know. I don't really want to spend my money. I'm very extreme. I either want to spend money on indie stuff or drugstore or like a super luxury. There's a lot of mid-tier brands where I'm like, nah, not for me. I just don't really feel like any strong sort of way to want to buy anything. Same with Dior. I have Dior Cosmopolite because of Michelle Wong, but I really don't, I don't know. Their regular line, their black packaging, the sleek, it doesn't really do anything for my luxury makeup girl inside, like my fancy businesswoman inside me that's, you know, a lawyer and stuff and like only wears, you know, Chanel and whatever. I don't own any Chanel, but you know what I mean. It's just not for me. And like the Dior Backstage line doesn't intrigue me at all. I've heard really good things about the highlighters, but the packaging is just meh. It's just not for me, and I don't want to start buying it. Next up, we have P. Louise. Many reasons, honestly, but I've got the eye base, but their palettes are huge, and they don't intrigue me at all. And I hear it's really expensive to try to get stuff from them if it's not at Morphe, and I'm not here for it. I'm not intrigued, and I don't want to buy it. And lastly, I kind of have these together, Pure / Ciate London. They're both kind of boring. I don't know. I'm not really here for either of them. I've got like a foundation from Pure, and I really wanted the Miss Piggy mirror from Ciate, but they're not for me. I'm not here for it. So that's it for brands, but I do want to just touch on some other things. So I have Sephora on the list, and now what I mean by this is I really don't want to purchase from Sephora as much as I can. However, there are some things that I can only get through Sephora. I've got like the NARS Soft Matte Complete Concealer. It was cheaper for me to get it through Sephora because I got free shipping. Whereas if I ordered it from NARS website, it would have been a lot more expensive, and I don't really want to add more money into things. Typically I purchase my Drunk Elephant. I purchased the Drunk Elephant holiday sets from Sephora because I can get them in store, or if I really need to replenish my C Firma, but I think I'm going to just start ordering that from Drunk Elephant online to try to make sure that I get a fresh one. But other than that, I can't really even think of any brands that I only get from Sephora. I'd rather purchase from Ulta and get points, and the reason I like Ulta more is because I typically end up on their drugstore side because I really like LA Girl cosmetics, and I like, you know, buying random hair ties and stuff like that. So I'm gonna try to limit my transactions through Sephora. Next up, I have brushes, like makeup brushes. As a whole, entirely, I do not need any more makeup brushes. I spent all of September buying Fude brushes. I do not need any more. I am good. Below that, I have brands. I've got Smith Cosmetics. I do not want to purchase anything from Smith Cosmetics ever again. I've got my 253 brush. I've got 6 of them. But other than that, their eyeshadow brushes really were not that good. They're not worth the price tag, and I don't know why everyone talked about them so much for a while there. The brushes splay when you wash them. The hair density is not the same across the brush. It's just, they're scratchy after. The 253 though, that's my brush. And then next I have Real Techniques. I have no beef whatsoever with Real Techniques. I love Sam and Nick. Their company's so cute. I'm so happy that it's like what it is. I just picked up a sponge from them. Not the orange sponges, I don't like those, but the little powder one. I get really sucked into their limited edition collections, and then I'll buy like 4 of the same brush. And I don't need to do that. I do not need any more makeup brushes, which is why I'm putting them here. One more bonus brand that I just remembered, Physicians Formula. I don't need it, I'm not gonna buy it. They're kind of expensive anyway for the drugstore, but everything I've tried from them I have not liked, so we're not doing Physicians Formula anymore. Alrighty, well, that's it for today's video. Please comment down below any brands that you guys have been jaded by and that you are done purchasing from. I would love to know, because it's so interesting, because everyone's preferences is so different. So like, what eyeshadow formula did you hate that I might have liked? I don't know. Please comment down below. I'd be so happy to read your responses. But that's it. Please comment, like, and subscribe, and hopefully I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!